Let's be completely real. We've all had those moments where the couch or the bed is just too inviting. All we want to do is lay there, scroll, watch Netflix, and completely ignore our responsibilities and all of the goals we set for ourselves and all of our big dreams. But have you ever heard a quote? The cost of procrastination is the life you could have lived. In this video, we will talk about exact steps to transform this unmotivated, unproductive self into a really motivated and consistent version of you that can make those dreams and goals a reality. Hello and welcome back. My name is Maria. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Don't forget to drink some water. First of all, first things first, we need to reframe it. Discipline is not a punishment, it is not self-criticism. It's not about working 24 hours a day and absolutely exhausting yourself and being super rigid with your schedule. It doesn't mean denying yourself rest or self-care. It is none of those things. Discipline is not about perfection. It is about slow and consistent progress. It actually is an act of self-care. It is a promise to yourself that you're gonna show up for yourself today in order to live a better life tomorrow. It is also a promise that you make yourself that you are not gonna stop going after your dreams and your goals when things get difficult, when you don't feel motivated, but that you're actually gonna keep working towards your goals and you're gonna keep aiming for that small, consistent progress. Having a routine. A routine is important for so many reasons. You can have a morning routine, you can have an evening routine, you can have a reset routine. The thing with routines is that they build structure, which is often really calming and reassuring because we know what to expect going into this routine. Like when we wake up and we have a morning routine, we know exactly what we're gonna be doing. Because of that, it also takes the decision making away from us, which helps minimize the amount of decisions we need to make on a daily basis, which is actually really good for us because there's this thing called decision fatigue, where basically with each decision that you need to make, the more tired you get of making decisions, and then you end up making not so good decisions. If you have a routine, you don't need to make as many decisions every single day, so you free up some space for more important decisions, for better decisions, for unexpected things that might come up. And this helps you be more productive, be more consistent, not be overwhelmed by things, and be disciplined with all of the other things that you want to do on a daily basis. When you don't have a morning routine and you just wake up right before you need to leave the house, you're just rushing through everything. The second you wake up, you know you're already late. Everything is just so stressful. In that case, you're not giving yourself time to start the day on a good note, to start the day with a full cup. Having a morning routine and waking up half an hour to an hour before you need to leave is so important and so beneficial. That time that you have for yourself in the morning is just essential. Having a morning routine truly has improved and changed my life in so many ways. You don't need to do the exact same thing every single day. I post so many morning routine videos. I think every single one is different. What I think is important is to have some non-negotiables. Things like eating breakfast, moving, journaling, reading a few pages, meditating, depending on what you want, what you like. If you don't have a lot of time, let's say you do 2 of these non-negotiables, and those are your main priorities that you will try to do almost every day. Like every single day, you will do them. However, if you have more time or more energy, you can do these other things that might not be as important to you, might not be such a high priority to you, but are still important. For me, movement is the most important thing. It helps me be energized. It helps me start the day on a good note. I also need to eat because otherwise I'm grumpy. And I also want to do something for my mind. Things like journaling or meditating. I love doing that. It only takes 5 minutes, so that is amazing. Those are my 3 non-negotiables every single day. If I have more time, I will do more things. If I don't, then I don't. Do things that make you uncomfortable. Comfort and discomfort are such funny things because if you think about it, comfort is how we would like to be, right? Like if it's comfortable, it's easy. It's easy to lay on the bed. It's easy to watch Netflix. It's easy to do all of these things. However, being uncomfortable and being in a state of discomfort is the only way we can evolve, we can grow, we can be productive. If you want to start your fitness journey, you want to get fit, you want to be a gym girly, but you are not, then probably in the past you've made excuses for not going to the gym, you've avoided working out, and that is fine, but are you gonna continue to do that? Because if you want to reach this goal of becoming a gym girl, you need to start doing something different, right? You need to start to actually go to the gym, to stop making excuses, to show up for yourself, drag your ass out of bed, and you need to do that even if it is uncomfortable. The biggest growth can come from doing things that are really, really uncomfortable. I started trying to wake up early like a year ago, and it was horrible. Okay, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you how amazing it is to wake up at 5 a.m. It is not. The actual waking up at 5 a.m. is absolutely horrible.
Good morning.
The alarm rings, it's cozy in the bed, it's dark outside, it's cold outside. You don't want to get out of bed. Being okay with being uncomfortable and getting out of bed, getting ready, going to the gym has, first of all, taught me so much. And second of all, has helped me achieve so much growth in multiple areas of my life. It has really taught me that you need to go through uncomfortable periods of time in order to reach your goals or to at least get closer to your goals. And also doing these uncomfortable things is gonna make you so proud of yourself. When I get out of bed at 5 a.m., I just want to go back to bed, okay? I just want to go back to sleep. Do not want to wake up. However, 10-15 minutes later, after I've brushed my teeth, after I've gotten ready, I am so proud of myself for getting out of bed, for putting myself through this uncomfortable situation and actually keeping the promises I made to myself. So do things that are uncomfortable, do things that you are avoiding, just go for it. Go for it. If you like this video, consider subscribing to see more content like this. Building trust in yourself. There is this concept or story that I absolutely love. Imagine you have a friend and this person constantly makes promises. It's always like, yeah, let's meet, let's do this, let's do that. But then when the day actually comes where you're supposed to meet, there's always so many excuses. I can't make it because of this. I can't make it because of that. That came in between, this happened, blah, blah, blah. After some time, you're gonna stop asking this person to hang out with you or to help you or to whatever. Why? Because you do not trust this person to actually show up. And it is the same with you. If you constantly promise yourself, I'm gonna wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow, and then you don't do it because you made excuses, you just didn't want to do it, it just was too uncomfortable. After doing this over and over and over again, you're gonna start to distrust yourself. You're not gonna trust yourself anymore. Because why would you, if you think about it? Why would you trust yourself if you have showed yourself that you're not trustworthy? Then what starts happening is that you sabotage yourself with every single goal, because deep down you know you're not gonna do it. Like when you are saying, I'm gonna go for a run tomorrow, you already know you're not gonna do it, and you might not even realize it. But then the next day comes, you're supposed to go on a run. What do? You don't do it. Again, it's just a cycle that just keeps repeating and repeating and repeating. The way you get out of this cycle and the way you finally reach your goals, you finally build a life that you love, is by doing everything you said you will do. Say you will do something, then do it. Say you will do something else, do it. Say you will do something, do it again. Keep going and keep going and keep going and keep showing up for yourself and keep doing it until you start trusting yourself again. You start believing in yourself and you start believing that you are capable of doing everything you set your mind to. Doing it and showing up for yourself and not making excuses is not only gonna help you trust yourself more, it also builds confidence, it builds resilience, it builds this belief that whatever you decide to do, you will do it one way or another. Doesn't matter how hard it is, how uncomfortable it is, how long it takes you, you will do it. The second you believe that and you trust yourself that much, you are unstoppable. Doesn't matter what happens, you will get through it. You will figure it out. You will do it. Building systems. We love setting goals, but we don't love working on them that much. Yeah. Just think about New Year's. We always say, yeah, this is the year. This is the year I'm gonna get fit. This is the year I'm gonna get rich. This is the year I'm gonna reach all of my life's goals. I'm gonna become that girl. I'm gonna become productive. I'm gonna do this. Oh my God. I'm gonna do that, and then 1 month passes, 2 months pass, 3 months pass, nothing happens. The whole year passes, nothing happens, or barely anything happens. The thing here is you need to stop focusing on the goal and you need to build systems for achieving the goal. Maybe you've heard of not focusing on the goal but focusing on the journey, which is basically the result of building systems. Let's say the goal is to be fit, so you start breaking it down. Being fit for you means working out 4 times a week. Next up, you take your calendar and you write down exactly when those 4 times are gonna be. You see what your schedule is like next week and you put 4 workout sessions into your schedule and you write them down at exactly the day and the time they're gonna be. And then you actually do it. That is the system. And you do that again and again and again. And of course, you can start small. You can start with 4 sessions of 20 minutes each. And then you do 4 sessions of 30 minutes each next week. Or maybe you want to start with only 2 sessions and then you work your way up to 4 sessions. It can sound so complicated and difficult, but it's not. You take a goal, you break it down into steps. You have very clear steps that you can allocate a date and a time to. You know exactly what you're gonna be doing and when you're gonna be doing that, and then you do it. And you repeat this process. Working out or any other type of movement. Going to the gym and going to the gym consistently has truly changed my life. It took me from a place of being super unproductive, always just making so many excuses, just not a good place. It took me from there to reaching so many of my goals, being productive, being able to wake up at 5 a.m. even if it's uncomfortable, and just being someone who I thought I could never be, and having a life that was so out of reach for me in that moment. Going to the gym really teaches you to be resilient, to not give up when it hurts a little bit, to keep doing your thing. It also teaches you to focus on the journey, to appreciate every single day that you show up for yourself. It teaches you to be patient because results don't come after doing 1 squat, but you need to work towards something for weeks, months, years, honestly, sometimes. But it's just that much better when you actually reach that thing, when you actually do your first pull-up, when you see physical progress, when you reach your aesthetic goals. It's just so nice when you finally reach that point. I feel like the more difficult the journey towards something is, the more you actually enjoy it in the end. And this is really something that going to the gym or working out in any other way shows you. I've been going to the gym for almost 2 years now, and I never managed to do a pull-up until very recently. It took me more than 1.5 years to get my first pull-up. It's been a long journey. It's so sweet. It's such a sweet victory, and you really appreciate it so much more when the journey to get there was so hard. One thing that can really affect your productivity is what you eat and when you eat it. It is so easy to get into that post-lunch slump if you eat something like really, really heavy. If you want to have a really productive study session or productive work session, then eating like a big bowl of pasta before is not the best idea because it's really gonna make you sluggish, really gonna make you tired. I'm not saying you shouldn't eat a big bowl of pasta, but maybe eat it after you're done with your productive work. Eat it for dinner maybe, when you don't need to be like super sharp. In the morning and during the day, it's always best to have multiple smaller snacks and meals. Eat something that's nourishing and filling, but also not like super heavy for lunch, so that you can actually continue to have energy throughout the day and not fall into this huge post-lunch slump where you're just like super tired and you don't want to do anything, you just want to take a nap. How you eat can really impact your energy levels, and it can also be something really personal, like people react differently to different foods. If you know that something is gonna make you super tired after you eat it, maybe wait until you're done with your productive work for the day before you eat it. Most days, you know, do not restrict yourself, eat whatever you want, but be mindful of how eating can impact your energy, which can then impact your productivity. You know, the cycle goes on and on. Hold yourself accountable. Always be nice to yourself, don't be rude to yourself, don't beat yourself up for not doing things, but hold yourself accountable. It is so easy to make excuses. So that's why sometimes the best thing you can do for yourself is to do the thing you've been avoiding, the thing that feels difficult, the thing that is uncomfortable, because you're just gonna feel so accomplished and so proud of yourself afterward. Sometimes the best form of self-care and self-love is to make yourself sit down and do that thing that you need to do, or make yourself wake up and go to the gym. We definitely need time for self-care, for just watching Netflix, for taking a bath, taking a long shower, going out, doing all of the things you want to do. But at the same time, hold yourself accountable for all of the things you said you would do. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked the video, consider subscribing, join the channel. I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.